millennia we have survived. Who are you, a human, to defy our traditions? The only thing they fear is you.
That was the ad version of the new trailer. The editing is different and we see some new scenes as well. Nothing that special for the exception of the Archvile. I like how the Archvile is like, finally, a worthy opponent, our battle will be legendary. And then proceeds to die by the hand of the Doomslayer. Very epic indeed. Apparently there's an event being held in Germany for Doom Eternal. Mighty Stratton is doing some interviews promoting the game, and here we can see that they have moved from the Mars Core demo build and they have changed it for another one. So expect a new gameplay showcase very near in the future. But anyways, ever since the new trailer was revealed, my comment section has been flooded with theories on why the Night Sentinels seem to be betraying the Doomslayer. Or at least that's what it seems to be. By how the scene is directed, the Slayer appears to have killed someone of high ranking within the division or faction. He opens a portal to get out of there, and right at the nick of time, the Night Sentinels arrive to confront the Doomslayer. And so, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some theories on why the Night Sentinels betrayed the Doomslayer. And please remember, everything that I'm saying is pure speculation and in no shape or form represents what is going to happen in the story. Theorizing about upcoming games is fun, and some of the theories I've formulated for the story of Doom Eternal have become true, and that's very epic. But do you want to know what's even more epic? It's you, Spottin, and do not let anyone tell you otherwise. The support has been incredible, and for that I am grateful. If you enjoy Doom Eternal or anything Doom related, then consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video. Let's get this video to 5,000 likes. Enjoy my Spottins, adios, bye. First things first, the reason why I believe the Night Sentinels have betrayed the Slayer is 1. Because they are pointing his spears at him. I think that's pretty obvious. 2. Their spears are red, just like the axe of the Marauders, and 3. Because of what the Seraphim says on the clip.
We must move quickly. There are those who would seek to stop this.
In quotes, we must move quickly. There are some who wish to stop this. Some people believe that was Semmelhiden talking to the Slayer, but I beg to differ. That voice is definitely from the Seraphim, or the Origin. It's the same voice from the 2016 intro, and here's a little comparison.
They are rage, brutal, without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear, until it is done.
We must move quickly. There are those who would seek to stop this.
It is undeniably the Seraphim, and just like in religion, where 1/3 of the angels turned against God, I believe that something similar is happening with the Makers. Conmaker wants her tradition to keep going, and the Seraphim sides with the Slayer to stop her and her forces. The Seraph was the one who gave the Slayer his immense power after all. But anyways, let's continue. It's pretty clear that the Sentinels are rioting against the Slayer. But why? Let's see. Theory number 1. The new trailer makes it seem that in the beginning of the campaign, Heaven and the Doomslayer were in good terms. But when Conmaker decides to forsake humanity as a whole only because part of the UAC aligned themselves with Hell, the Doomslayer doesn't stand for it, and the conflict begins. We see the Doomslayer entering a castle of sorts in Sentinel Prime, and the Night Sentinels stand attention at his presence, like if he was the king or something along those lines, like a previous ruler of sorts. Sentinel Prime swore allegiance with Heaven or the Makers after they gifted Argent power to the people of Sentinel Prime and Argent and Earth. We can see several statues of the rulers of Sentinel Prime in Sentinel Vista, one for a previous ruler and one for the Doomslayer. I believe that this is a sort of palace for previous kings, where they showed respect for the previous rulers of the Sentinel homeworld. The Doomslayer was gone for eons and he was battling the forces of hell all alone, so I think that it is pretty safe to assume that by the time he returned to Sentinel Prime in Doom Eternal, a new king was already chosen, or several kings. And we can even see a change of weaponry between the Night Sentinels from then to now. And so, because of that, when the Slayer decides to confront Heaven for forsaking humanity, and him not being the current ruler, and the current ruler trying to show his allegiance, faith and loyalty to the Makers, the ruler decides to outcast the Slayer and try to kill him. That's a very crazy theory, but I believe that it could go well within the story of Doom Eternal. So please let me know down below what do you think about that theory, about theory number 1. And okay, let's go with theory number 2. What if the Night Sentinels that are against the Slayer are corrupted Night Sentinels that swore allegiance with Hell, or something else? Especially with the Marauder. The only time we have seen blue Sentinel weapons was here, when the Slayer enters a room full of Night Sentinels. The other times we have been shown Crucible weapons was with the Marauder, the Doomslayer, Samuel Hayden, and the corrupted, or in quotes corrupted, Night Sentinels. The weapon being red could mean their allegiance with Hell, or with the dark side, so to speak. The Crucible sword of the Slayer is red, that is true, but I believe that it is of that color because he fused his mainframe with a pool of something, as seen here.
The only thing they fear is you.
Something is glowing inside of that pool of swords, and the Slayer seems to have dipped his Crucible sword inside of it. Also, the Crucible sword the Slayer has seems to be more powerful than the Crucible axe of the Marauder or the Crucible spears from the corrupted Night Sentinels. The Slayer appears to have killed a Hell Priest in this scene. It could be the Graf, and actually if you compare the background from this scene of the first Doom Eternal trailer with the Graf to this one, it actually connects. If this is indeed the Graf, then that means that the allegiance of some Night Sentinels with Hell is more than true. Or maybe this is the priest we see in the cover art for the game and on the Gift of Urgent Power lithograph. I believe that this priest is the Counselor of the King, and probably one of the main reasons why some of the Night Sentinels became corrupted. I mean, everyone seems to be working for a Khan Maker, even the Hell Priests, and that's one of the reasons why the story is so convoluted. It's pretty hard to speculate and theorize from it. My head is beginning to spin just by thinking all this stuff through, so I think that I will leave it here. In conclusion, no matter the reason, no matter what happens, some Night Sentinels, or maybe even Sentinel Prime as a whole, has turned its back to the Doomslayer, outcasting him, and they have sided with Heaven in this conflict, forsaking humanity in the process, and something that the Doomslayer will not leave unseen. Thanks for watching. And so guys, buttons, that's all I had for today's video. Doing these types of videos is a headache, to be honest, mainly because some parts of the story are still not disclosed, so it's pretty hard to pinpoint exactly what's going to happen. I try to get like inside the mind of the directors of the story, of the writers, to see like how will the Slayer react, to what's the next step to take within the story, but it's really hard, honestly. Anyways, it's always really fun to create discussion within the community, so I will be down in the comments talking with you guys, so be sure to visit me down below in the comment sections. Thanks to all of my patrons for being extremely epic, and be sure to follow me in all of my socials. All the links you need are down below. Thanks for watching, amigos. Adios. Bye. Mwah.